Tyson looped that right hand, and you have to wonder if perhaps Tyson is getting a bit anxious. We are into round 8. The knockout string has been a prominent part of the marketing and publicity which has surrounded Tyson's rise. It won't be quite the same if he's 20-0 with 19 knockouts.
There's no question that up till now, if the fight continues this way and goes to a decision, Tyson, in my opinion, will win the decision, but the Mike Tyson mystique will suffer. He has not scored a knockout. He has not really hurt Quick Tillis, even though he has knocked him down and cut him. And he's let Tillis stay in the fight when other fighters, such as Tyrell Biggs, really had Tillis out of the fight and in more trouble. In fairness to Tyson, we should repeat, Tillis appears to be in much better condition for this fight.
Could that, in fact, Alex, be good for Mike Tyson?
Yeah, I think ultimately you're exactly right, Jay. This kind of a fight is absolutely essential to his learning experience. It's obvious for a fighter who punches with as much power and who places as much of his fight plan on power as Tyson does, that any kind of movement cuts down on his power because it doesn't let him set himself as well. It was inevitable that he was going to have to learn how to fight a guy who could move and box. It's good that he's fighting one like Quick Tillis to get that learning experience.
And maybe if he has to go to decision to win the fight, then there won't be as many people asking every day, when are you going to fight for the championship of the world?
Those same people who are questioning his chin and his ability to go rounds will turn around now, since he's demonstrated that he has not gotten exhausted and he's taking good punches, will now turn around and say, well, he can't punch. Mike Tyson just went left-handed, and that was decidedly left-handed. It's the first time he's been that committed to a left-hand stance since his 4th professional fight. It means he's a little bit confused, a little bit frustrated, and he's willing to try anything new right now.
We are back in Glens Falls, New York. James Quick Tillis enters round 9 with 19-year-old knockout phenomenon Mike Tyson. And in Tyson's round, or in Tyson's corner between rounds, trainer Kevin Rooney was imploring him to keep punching, not to stop punching, particularly in the clinches.
Come on, work out of it, guys. Come on. Which is exactly what Mike just did. He was in tight, his hands were free, and he did not punch. This Mike Tyson looks very much like the Mike Tyson who lost 2 close decisions to Henry Tillman in the heavyweight trials for the Olympic Games in 1984. He is confused by the movement. The movement does not allow him to hit a stationary target, and therefore he can't set himself as well. We have not seen the evidence of the jab that Mike Tyson said we would see.
And Henry Tillman recently scored a first-round knockout over Bash Ali in a cruiserweight fight. Could he be, in his own way, Alex Wallow, progressing at just as impressive a rate as Tyson?
Well, Henry Tillman was very impressive winning the North American Boxing Federation cruiserweight title by scoring a sensational first-round knockout over Bash Ali, as you pointed out. It's difficult to judge because, first of all, I haven't seen all of Henry Tillman's fights, and second of all, he hasn't fought in the same division as Mike. He's been fighting as a cruiserweight. There's not as much talent down there. It's difficult to say. I was very impressed with Tillman against Bash Ali. He will be inevitably a future opponent of Mike Tyson, as will Tyrell Biggs and a number of other these young heavyweight prospects.
Coming up immediately after this fight, our coverage of the Kentucky Derby, beginning of ABC Sports' run through the Triple Crown this spring. Right now we are in round 9. Mike Tyson well ahead in the scoring, or so we would judge it, against James Tillis, but looking for a knockout to keep his 19 knockout string alive.
I'm not sure he is looking for a knockout, Jim. I mean, he certainly isn't fighting like someone who is. It's possible that, number one, he doesn't know how to knock Tillis out. Tillis has presented a problem to him in terms of power punching that he can't solve. But secondly, it's also possible that Mike Tyson is interested in how he is going to react to fighting rounds. He's heard all the doubters say he can't go 10 rounds or 15 rounds, and maybe he's in the back of his mind trying to find out exactly how he is going to respond in that kind of a fight that he is in no danger, in my opinion, of losing.
Maybe in the front of his mind. 22 seconds remaining in round 9. More and more it looks as though Tillis is going to be able to go the distance. And Tyson again is not busy during the clinches when his hands are free and he has has a chance to punch. Landed a right hand on Tillis's nose, but again from a long enough distance that it didn't damage Tillis. We have gotten to the end of round 9. We'll be back for the closer after this. We are back in Glens Falls, New York, round 10. The crowd tries to liven itself up, try to provide some encouragement to Mike Tyson. Most of them have come here today hoping to see a knockout and, frankly, expecting to see a knockout. Tyson tries to deliver with the right hand and steps in and throws the left. Tillis again ties him up.
James Tillis is still a dangerous fighter. This is the most power and zip he's had in his punches at this late stage in a fight that I can ever remember. Tyson knows it, and I just don't think he's going to take any unnecessary chances. You can be sure he wants to keep the knockout string alive. But he also is just not going to take any unnecessary chances. He wants to win a decision, win a fight. He'll be 20-0, still undefeated, and in his mind, I think, still well on his way to a heavyweight championship.
But Tillis have revived his career somewhat, even with a loss, if he stands up.
Well, this certainly is a respectable showing, and there certainly will be notoriety to the man who broke Mike Tyson's knockout string, especially if Mike resumes the knockout string after this fight. Always difficult to know why a crowd is booing. You can't psychoanalyze 8,000 people. I think it's possible that they're disappointed in Mike's performance. They came here wanting to see him do what he's done in his previous 19 fights, and he doesn't appear at this point to be going all out to satisfy them.
Landed the left hand, but Tillis stood right there. Cut is no longer a problem. It has been effectively stopped. Tillis comes straight in. And now Tyson, one of the few times we've ever seen him swinging wildly. Good left hand. Tillis is still there. There will be very little doubt about the decision here. The scoring might be slightly different in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tillis continues to give a good account of himself.
And backs Mike Tyson up onto the ropes, which is a first.
A little of Tyson's own medicine. It will be interesting to see how Mike reacts to this. Closing with a flurry. The bell is going to sound. Big smile on the face of Bo Williford as he steps into the ring. I think he's quite proud, win or lose, of James Tillis. All right, now we are back live in Glens Falls, New York, and in the middle of the ring announcer Paul LaFleur with the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official score. Judge Bernie Friedkin scores it 6 rounds to 4. Judge Allen scores it 6 rounds to 4. Judge Tony Moritz scores it 8 rounds to 2. This decision is still undefeated, Mike Tyson.
So for 19-year-old Mike Tyson, moved the record now to 19, or make it 20 wins, no losses, 19 of them by knockout. I'm Jim Lampley along with Alex Wallow saying so long for now from Glens Falls, New York.